All right, Warriors, we're back. It's Dominick Izzo here at the Izzo Warrior Academy in Schaumburg, and I filmed the 5th section up front. Not on the side like usual because there's so much slight turning that you'd only really see my back anyways, and I didn't want you to see it from the side view. 5th section, for some strange reason, and I think just after a while, after you give it the fluidity and the sharpness, it's just a violent section. I love it, and it's a tight section. And it holds true to the Wing Chun dummy, or the Wing Chun concept of just fighting really tight. You know, we keep all our movements very tight and very methodical, very surgical. The 5th section, it's quick. It's got a lot of gansao, a lot of turning, a lot of rising, a lot of elbow position out of place, getting back in place. And then it's got an outside leg kick to the body of the dummy, which is awkward, and it gives you your spatial distancing. And you have to be dynamic when you train. You know, like I said, when you look at the traditional people who end up training, you know, the Chinese, you get thinner people. You know, look at Bruce Lee, 5'6", 5'7", 135. Ip Man, you know, he's about 135. You know, when you get to America and you got these bigger muscle guys, 6'2", 220, they're not going to be able to move the same as it did in Chinese, Chinese times when they're doing these dummy forms, right? So don't let the fact that just because somebody can do one movement without turning or out an added movement, don't discourage you. Don't let it discourage you. And what I mean by that is, in this movement, in this section, I have my left guard forward, my Mansao Wusao, and I immediately come to the Gansao. So I'm turning the outside, and my turn does the Gan. And again, this is going into the dummy. Okay, 1. The Tan is going to turn into a Gansao inside. 2, I turn. 3, my torque does a Bong Sao. I rise up with the Wusao and I torque Bong. On this side, when I turn, it's relatively easy for me to turn, bring my elbow down. Some people just let this hand go. I keep it on the dummy and lop and strike. That's a tight movement. It's very tight. Here, when I go to Bong Sao, this section, I got a Bong and I got to step and then turn and Fak Sao and then strike. So just because some people, they can keep on their center line and they can 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, very tight, it's very hard on my wrist. And to get this position, it's a pain in the butt. It's awkward as hell, you know? So what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to break the rules unless you've learned them and say, okay, well, if I'm gonna go here, and I just let this go and go here, you're defeating the purpose. You have to train yourself first to say, anatomically speaking, based on my shoulder, my size, my lack of inability to get the flexibility of this down, maybe I'm too far out the side, maybe I'm too in, you have to discover the movement first before you wind up changing it to fit your own. So I highly encourage you, just do the dummy the way that it looks, the way that you're trained. Break the rules after you master them, not before. So we're going to continue this. So I got my Gansao, 1, 2, my torque does all the work. 3, torque into it, Fak Sao, strike, Fak Sao, strike. I come to Bong Sao on this side. I'm stepping and planting as much as I can, and then I'm going to cover shoulder, tan, and strike with a low kick with the outside foot. I know you can't see it in here, right? I step across, you can Gan, and then Bong. I just go right to a Bong. I actually like the Gan. Gan, boom here, cover, strike, boom, 1, 2, 3. So again, 1, 2, 3, Bong. Drops off, strike. I moved and I turned. Shifted my weight. Strike. There's that power again. Coming from I'm already turned, but I'm gonna give a half turn into the dummy, that strike, and I cover. I Bong Sao. I step turn, Fak Sao, and I lop. Cover, strike. Torque and that turn, that Bong Sao. Step to the outside, tan, cover, strike. You can, no, you can't do this. There's so many rules I want to break based on the way my anatomy's telling me here. Gan, boom, strike here, boom, rising, turning, boom, here. I love this section. I love this section for the speed, for the turn, for the torque and your power, for the violence you put in it. Torque. 5th section is explosive. Keep in mind, If you don't have proper rooting, you don't have proper balance, you don't have proper structure, all of your strikes are for shit, they're not going to go anywhere. And again, you're not learning the dummy to hit the dummy to toughen up your hands, you're learning to condition yourself so that your strikes are on the target, they're delivered with power, and then once you hit, if it didn't do the desired damage that you wanted to, you're in a phenomenal position to deliver your next strike with maximum power. If I wind up hitting, and my gun is not a clearing line, I'm not clearing an incoming attack, I'm striking right in. It's here, it's no difference between here and here. Here, am I in this position, able to hit with maximum power, hit with maximum power, hit with maximum power, hit with maximum power, based on closing that distance? Is your footwork, is your position in a perfect position after your initial strike to deliver maximum power? The dummy teaches you that because it can't move, you move around it. Again, explore this. Dummy's the greatest fucking tool we have in Wing Chun. It forces you to learn you. Section number 5. We're gonna keep going. I'll see you guys in the next video.